Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can retrieve the stats of your LinkedIn posts using Scheduled and then send them directly to your Notion in an automated way. This means that once you've done all the setup, you'll be on your Notion and the stats will update every 8 hours directly in Notion, so you won't have to leave Notion to check the performance of your posts. In short, everything will be up to date in your Notion. That's super convenient. A quick note, Scheduled currently retrieves statistics only on LinkedIn for profiles or pages, and it will really fetch the statistics of the posts that are published. That means, even if you post manually or schedule with LinkedIn or another tool, you can use Scheduled solely for this reporting part and retrieve all the stats of all your published posts. So that's cool. So beforehand, you need to have connected your first editorial calendar. This will fetch and store these posts along with the stats. There's a prior video that shows you step by step how to connect your Notion with Scheduled and how to make your first connection for publishing. But the process is the same because once you have your calendar, you just need to go to it. So you don't have to activate it here. This activation is really only for the publication of posts. So once you've activated it, Scheduled will check your Notion to see if there are any new posts to publish on LinkedIn. But if you're only using the stats, you can disconnect it and it will be one less synchronization, which is significant. So for the stats, you'll go to Configuration, and there, so just like the calendar, it needs to exist in order to send the stats. Well, you also need to add the connection from which you'll retrieve these stats. So whether it's your LinkedIn profile or your LinkedIn pages, tomorrow it might be Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Each report, let's say, is linked to a connection. So for example, I can retrieve stats from my profile, from my page, or if I want to add another page. So for that, if you don't have a connection yet, you obviously won't be able to create a report. So once you have added the connection by clicking Add Account and selecting the option you want, you can go directly to the last section of Configure Metrics Collection. There, it will prompt you to enable the retrieval of stats for either your LinkedIn profile or page. As I was saying, the other platforms are not yet available, but when they are, you will be able to do it as well. So for the page, it's already activated for me, and it's very simple. I didn't make a video about it because it's actually simpler than the profile, which is why there's a video for that. But for the page, once you've connected your LinkedIn page directly here, you will then see the option to attach it finally. Another button here will offer to link a report to this connection. Just click on it, and once that's done, you can click here to activate the automation that will fetch the stats every 8 hours and update everything in Notion. So that's super convenient. Know that Scheduled, when you have your Notion, will know where to put the impressions in this property, the reactions in that property. In fact, once you activate it here, Scheduled will directly create. Let me show you with a page that was made for the example. Scheduled will automatically create the different properties with the appropriate formulas to display what you need. For example, you have comments, engagement, impressions, reactions, etc. And actually all of this. So there are others. These are the properties you see called SC LinkedIn comment, impressions, reaction, which will be created automatically, and SC post format as well, which will allow you to retrieve the carousel, image, video format automatically created by Scheduled, obviously to store the stats. And then, well, you have these little formulas that are added to display them in a much more pleasant way. And at least you won't have those properties a bit. Anyway, it's technical, but it's mainly done so that Scheduled can identify them and update the stats directly. So I'll go back to Scheduled, and now we'll set up the profile. You'll see that it's completely different from a page simply because to retrieve impressions, reactions, etc. You need to use an extension that will do it for you. To do this, you need to download the extension, sync it with Scheduled, and then sync it with LinkedIn. Essentially, the extension acts as a bridge between Scheduled and LinkedIn to retrieve the stats. So for that, it's very simple. You just need to click on Download Extension. So now we're going to add the extension to your Chrome. It's a Chrome extension for now. This means you obviously need to use Scheduled with Chrome or the Arc browser, which also works well since it's a Chrome module running in the background. So you'll be able to download this extension. We'll go ahead and add everything. So here, I'll add it, and I'll put it here for easier access. Let's continue. You have your extension key that allows you to synchronize scheduled with the extension. So we're going to copy this key, open the extension, paste it here, and click on Synchronize. My first step is successful. Scheduled is synchronized with the extension. And now all that's left is to synchronize the extension with your LinkedIn profile. So for that, you'll go directly to your LinkedIn profile. There you go. You can even go directly to your profile and then open the extension again. So there you go. Perfect. Now everything is green. The synchronization is done between scheduled and your extension, and also between the extension and LinkedIn. So once that's done, you go back here to scheduled. You can either refresh the page or just click here normally. To check, so what we're going to do now is link a report to my profile this time. Let's do that. Perfect. And now all that's left is to activate the reporting to get the stats. So, with the post I showed you earlier as an example, the stats should fill in automatically. Let's go ahead and do that. There, everything is perfect. And if I go back here, as you can see, there are no statistics yet. They should update automatically because, as you saw live, everything is scheduled. So all the stats are updated in the format. As you can see, it has been published with the link. So that's super convenient. As you saw, the stats updated automatically. And once you've done that, well, that's it. All the stats will be updated. So if I refresh here, normally, there you go. So there you go. You see that it's activated. You can even see the last refresh now. So there you go. Every 8 hours, your stats will be updated directly in your Notion. And as I mentioned, regardless of whether the posts are published with scheduled, another tool, or even manually, they will be directly synced into your database. So, there you go. I've told you everything you need to know to do it. Don't hesitate to contact us via chat or email if you have any questions. Bye.